Hi, my name is Jay Park. I am a product design director at High Sierra Sport Company. Since I work in an in-house design department, I thought I can show you guys my design process and how I use my sketches and drawings to communicate with other designers and our overseas factories. A project usually takes about 8 months to a year, but I'll make this short and then break it down to 5 steps.
So step one is a concept stage. Once I receive a project from the sales and the marketing team, I will start sketching concepts. At this time, I'm not thinking about production limitations. These are just blue sky ideas. Actually, there's a one step before step one, which is a project research, but we'll skip that part. So before I start the drawings, I usually use the backside of used paper to warm up by drawing a bunch of ellipses and circles. When you work for the in-house design department, there is a good chance that you might not be drawing for weeks and months sometimes. You could be working on specifications, writing emails to factories all day, or traveling overseas. So it is important to warm up and try to bring your drawing muscle memory back. So once I'm warmed up, I use a 11 by 17 size paper or even bigger size paper and a felt tip pen to start drawing. I use a larger size paper so I can lay down many concepts as possible on one page, and I want each idea to be very different. Oftentimes I draw perspective lines and boxes first. Um, I will start the drawings by using thin lines, and I'm not that afraid to make mistakes at this time. If I do make mistakes, I can always come back with the darker lines to finish. I'm just, sketching to see if my ideas could work in real life anyways. A key point for me when I'm sketching is that I'm a right-handed person, and it's natural for me to create curved lines or straight lines that goes from left to right, and using my elbow as a pivoting point. So I rotate the paper a lot, so I don't have to fight my natural motion. The sketches are very loose and mistakes are everywhere, but that's okay. Since the main purpose for these drawings is for me to communicate my ideas with other designers. For example, marketing department communicates with their customers by using words, and the accounting department use numbers to communicate. And designers, we use drawings to communicate. So simply, drawing is a tool that we can use to communicate with other people. We have a 10 people design department, and we show our drawings and ideas to each other like every day. You don't have to have a perfect sketches. Chances are you will most likely revise your drawings and ideas after a meeting or talking to other designers anyways. But the one thing that I have to keep in mind is that people react to your drawings first, and then they will look at your ideas. So if there's something wonky going on with your drawing, or if the perspective lines are incorrect, people will focus on those mistakes instead of your ideas. So even though I said that concept sketches can be very loose, I will try to make them somewhat presentable. So once I am done with step one, I will try to pick my favorites and then move to step two. So step two is my design variation stage. So once I review the first concept sketches with other designers, I will make variation sketches based on my favorite concepts. Sometimes I will freehand those variation sketches, or I will use a computer to make more options. the main difference between the step 1 and step 2 is that step 2 variation drawings are not that different from each other, since these are based on selected concept and just small tweaks are made to narrow down the concepts. And I'm also working on like a potential components and materials that I can use for the production during step 2. So once I select like 2 or 3 final concepts from step 2, I will move to step 3. Step 3 is a final presentation. I will make more refined renderings so I can present them to upper management or our buying team. So once I have a green light to move forward with the production, I'll move to step number 4. Step 4 is a specification. This is where I use my drawings to communicate with our overseas factories. And these are engineering drawings with orthographic views, detail specs, and components list. So after these drawings are sent to our overseas factories, about 2-3 months later, I will get to see a sample. So sample is a step number 5.